sharing with you in this video how to stop trying to create your goals and actually choose them instead. And so what this video is going to do is make it so that no longer are you a victim to your problems, a victim to you wanting to create stuff in your life. Because really, the ultimate truth that I believe is that even when we set a goal to create something, what's going to happen is that eventually it has to just be a decision. It can't be this thing that you're hoping that one day the perfect thing will make you. I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to stop trying to create your goals and actually choose them instead. And so what this video is going to do is make it so that you're not waiting for the perfect moment to happen where finally the stars align and everything happens exactly how you thought it would, but instead it gives you a more realistic approach that actually makes it so you have the highest probability of being able to create what you want in your life. And so the first way to actually do this, the first way to stop trying to create your goals and choose them instead, is to understand that instead of trying to create a goal, choose who you are instead. Choose your identity. Oftentimes we're so focused on the result and how do I get the results, but it's so simple. Oftentimes what you have to do is just make a decision on who you would be if you already had the result. It's the identity that you choose. It's who you are as a person. It's not that you're trying to let go of a bad habit or even hoping that the goal works out. It's that you have to eventually get to a point of confidence where you just make a choice that it is going to happen. There can't be any doubt in your spirit. And if there is doubt in your spirit or fear or anxiety, you have to be stronger than the doubt and see that you can make a choice regardless of if you feel doubt. You can actually do this. If you allow yourself to be controlled by doubt, what you're doing is you're allowing it to impact your decision-making skills. But ultimately speaking, you don't need to allow doubt to control your decisions. You can feel doubt, you can experience doubt, you can have doubts, but ultimately speaking, how you make the decisions to be who you want to be in your life shouldn't be impacted by doubt, shouldn't be impacted by fear and worry. So again, instead of trying to create things in your life, why not just make better decisions to be who you actually want to be in your life? Make a firm decision and make a firm choice on who you're going to be, and make sure that your actions are aligned with that moment to moment every single day as much as possible. Trust your emotional guidance system to tell you if you are in alignment with who you're being, because oftentimes if you know that you're not being the person that you know you have to be to align with who you said you were, you're going to feel anxiety. Oftentimes anxiety is telling us that we're doing something wrong. We often shame anxiety. We think there's something wrong with anxiety. I think that negative emotions are our guide. It's telling us if we're doing something wrong. It's telling us if we're out of alignment with, again, that choice that we set out on to be who we want to be. And so the second way to stop trying to create your goals and choose it instead is to have an understanding that trying, hoping, and waiting is keeping you stuck. If there's one thing that's going to keep you stuck in your life, it's waiting for that perfect moment to happen, because you can be stuck in a waiting game for many months and you can be waiting to be happy at that point. At that point, you're waiting for a future moment to be happy, and that's a problem. I don't think that we should ever be at a point in your life where we're waiting for a future moment to be happy. That's not okay. You shouldn't be at a point in your life where you're waiting for that moment to finally be happy, because remember, you might feel emotionally happy in that moment when that goal finally happens, but is that true peace? Is that true fulfillment? Is that true joy? Absolutely not. True joy, true peace, true fulfillment comes from finding out how to be more than you're doing in the present moment, and then aligning that with, again, your values, who you prefer to be, how you want to show up in your life, and again, not just what you're doing, but actually how you're doing it. Because again, we can get so caught up in the results, but we forget how we're actually being, how we're affecting our own body, our own state of being, our own energy, and then again, of course, ultimately how that affects other people as well. But if you want to talk about one thing that's keeping you stuck in your life, it's going to be trying to get better instead of choosing to be better. It's going to be hoping that it works out, hoping that that thing works out in your life, instead of proactively taking action and feeling confident that you're controlling the variables in your life that you actually can control. That's where confidence comes from. It's not by manipulating and controlling variables out there that are ultimately not in your control whatsoever, but it comes from committing to being who you know you need to be, following through with that every single day with consistent action, and then of course finally waiting that it's just going to happen. Instead of waiting, you could be taking consistent proactive action. Waiting is just you think you've already taken enough action. Oftentimes there's more that you can do. There's more things that you can do. There's more things that you can take action on. And if you're waiting, that proves that you can be doing more, in my personal opinion. That's keeping you stuck. That state of waiting and hoping and then thinking that one day it's going to work out, replace that with action. Replace that with a decision to be something. Replace that with doing something that's going to make you feel like you're more in control of your life and doing the things that you again actually can control. So understand that these things are keeping you stuck. They're keeping you stagnated. Even energy being stuck is energy not being in motion. What is an emotion? It is energy in motion. And if you're not in motion, you're stagnated, you're stuck, you're not moving. If you're not moving forwards, you're moving backwards. There's two things you can be doing in life. You can be moving towards your goal, or you can be stuck and moving backwards towards the past. There's really sometimes not a middle. A middle, ultimately, if you want to find any middle, it's the middle between comfort and discomfort and being who you want to be. That's the middle path. But if you're attaching to your past or you're too attached to the future, you're not going to be the middleman that you know you can be by actually merging the masculine and the feminine together, by moving forward towards an intention, using your pain of the past to actually be something better instead of being attached to it and stopping you from being who you want to be. And then so finally, the third thing that I want to share with you in this video in terms of how to stop trying to create your goals and choose it instead is to understand that hoping it works out is actually a choice. It's a choice to do so. Being a victim is a choice. Don't kid yourself that being a victim is just something happening. No, remember, you need to take responsibility for the fact that if you're playing the role of a victim, you are choosing to do that. Now, I understand there's life circumstances. Somebody might come to me and say, no, you know what, there's pain that's out of our control. That's totally understandable. Totally understandable. I totally understand that some pain points, some traumas and things happening out there have literally nothing to do with anything that you possibly could have done. And it's not fair to say that that's because of you. But the thing that we have to start to realize is that when you're hoping that it works out, that's a choice to do so. It's a choice to stay stuck. And so whether we talk about success, whether we talk about chasing love or having love in your life, or being successful in your business or in your friendships or in any kind of relationship, however you talk about success, whether it's relationships, love, or happiness, or whatever the case might be, what you don't want to do is ever be stuck in a state of hoping or waiting that one day it'll happen. You want to be grounded in yourself, be happy within yourself, be focused on what you need to be focused on in your life, do whatever that you feel you need to do in your life, and these things will actually may or may not happen, but the most important thing that you can focus on is what you actually can focus on and what is within your control. Whether the relationship happens in your life is not up to you. Whether the business works out in your life is not up to you. Whether you have everything in your life is not up to you. What's up to you is how you show up every single day and the person that you know you can be to be of best service to the people around you in your life, in your business or in your health life or whatever the case might be. You need to be in a position in your life, in whatever area of your life, that you're showing up as the best person that you can be, regardless of what's happening out there. Whether you get the results or not, whether you have success or not, whether things are working out or not, you have to be at a point in your life where you show up as the best version of yourself that you can be and do the things that are actually within your control, letting go of all the variables in your life that are not really within your control, that you never had control over anyway.